What's up, YouTube? Carn221 here, and welcome back to their Company of Heroes 2 multiplayer number 37, I believe. I've done quite a lot of these over the time since the beta. Very excited for the new armies. So, in my last video, I did another match as the Germans, right? And this is after the update, and some people were saying, that the Germans are extremely overpowered in this new update. So I want to let you guys know that I played 3 Soviet games and won 3 of them. So yeah, I want to talk pretty much a little bit about some more of the updates. And I've been trying this strategy out with the new update is getting the support weapon and companies up, and then getting some machine guns with my conscripts. Mostly machine guns though. So really quick, this building is dominant. Like, on this side, if you can get an early machine gun in this building, especially with your opponent, then they have to mortar you out, and that takes some time. Anyway, on this side, I usually I put a machine gun over here, one by this tank, and if I'm pushed back, someone's in this house, and then I usually try to hold the center from here. So, Goat asked me to back cap for him, what that means is I'm going to capture this territory while he moves up to try to harass their field. Basically, if we can do a good job of harassing their fuel down here and really putting pressure on them, then we'll have plenty of fuel. Now, keep in mind the Germans. I'm sorry, with the Soviets. Keep in mind that the Soviets have very expensive buildings. 140. Used to be 90, right? 140 for our tank buildings now. That's because the Germans have higher fuel requirements for their teching up. And for your half-track, you can't even get it till Battle Phase 2 for your flames. So you want to have very early German flame half-tracks out. So you see I'm starting to cap over here. Very early, very aggressive push so far from the very beginning by this guy. As you can see, he's got a lot of pioneers. Now, pioneers are what they used to be, right? You can see these pioneers have MP40s. So these MP40s are going to be good at short range. Oh, that's awesome. The tactical map is insert. That's right. So these MP40s are going to be good at short range. But look at the distance. We have the rifles. Look at how much damage I've taken versus them. And see, I'm going to back up away from that MG because it's put at the maximum range there. And once we're in cover and in the distance, we're going to start hammering away with our rifles. We're going to start doing some real damage. As mentioned, I got my machine gun up here. Once I saw the end of machine gun up there, I decided to shift my MG back a little bit. Didn't want it to get caught up. And look at the wide arc of that MG. It's literally covering this whole sector. And more pioneers. I've seen a lot of people rush with pioneers. Goat is using the scout cars pretty early on, along with you could put these guys in and use the satchel charge. But if they give him a break here, he's probably gonna. He should really throw a satchel charge in on that. There he goes. Genius. You know what? Just get the satchel charge. They're going to wipe out the MG. Took out that building. You don't need to worry about the Germans in that building now. Anyway, on my side, I flanked around these guys. You can see these guys are going to get pinned. I'm just trying to make sure that MG... you can see we're taking a lot of damage from these guys that are MP40s really up close, but just harassing that. You can see how ineffective our rifles are at point blank. I mean, we've only killed one of those guys. I mean, they are conscripts, right? But still. Now, you can see he got his guys up with a flamethrower here. And I just pulled out of that building. I'm like, okay, I got to pull back. My goal is to get behind this wall here, but he's setting up again. So he's like, you know what? I'm going to take this building and put flame out on you. As you can see, we're using our rifles at distance here, you know. These guys are not going to be very effective in the building unless we're up close, especially with the flamethrower. Just made them really close combat units. As you can see, they're going to try to close the distance with their flamethrower. They're going to do a lot of damage to me. You can see the flames really hurting us. So I'm going to move up and try to get some more shots on them. I also have a mortar. I've been using mortars because with the new game patch, the infantry being more valuable. Like in the beginning, it's a little bit longer of an infantry phase, and infantry also are a lot weaker. Having a mortar early on is pretty good, actually. You can see you got Panzerfaust there, so he's trying to repair it. Hopefully, yeah, you can keep off those guys. I do like my penal troops, I gotta say that. And you see they have rifles. They do fire pretty fast, though. Those are Mosin. I think those are SVT-40s. I don't think they're actual guys there. So, as you can see, I got some conscript here. I'm building my guys some sandbag binding positions so we can help fortify these guys. And we also have one here. So I pretty much got this airlock down. I'm going to get a third one to kind of cover this side, and then we'll be completely set. Now, I'm aware of German half-tracks. Now they boosted their machine guns pretty a lot there. See, it's just going to try to hold this left side. I mean, right now we hold the both sides there, which is good. But, you know, we got to take back the center. That's what I'm trying to do with one of my conscript squads here. I'm going to try to push back in the center because that's where I'm pretty weak. But he's obviously saw some of my men running there. And keep in mind, I have to have a strong force to defend this victory point, because if he overwhelms me and takes our field, we're in deep trouble. As you can see, some depleted conscripts are going to be no match for the grenadiers here. I'm just like, I'm not even going to try. We're going to get in trouble. So, I have my new machine gun here. I need to move it out, but I just put a rally point for it to... Is it called a rally point necessarily? Whatever it's called, I just put a little point on my... yeah, it'd be a rally point. I guess what they call it in Age of Empires. Yeah, this is kind of interesting, right? He stops right in front of my machine gun there. And I have these guys with their rifles. You can see point blank, we're doing quite a lot of damage against those guys. We're putting them down by almost half. I have to run in front of the other machine gun. So I'm just getting, you know, waves of infantry coming in. And I'm just going to pull back behind these barrels here. I'm putting some mines down here. I want to mine choke points. Put down a decent amount of mines on this map. Mines can be very effective, especially these Soviet demo charges. But those aren't mines, but you know, you get what I meant. Soviet mines are pretty decent. Yeah, they're basic mines. Anyway, these guys got decimated. I'm going to fall back. They're once again taking this center point. And man, this scout car is doing some damage. I'm okay to keep shooting these guys. I have 120 mortars now, and I'm going to start bombarding my mortar. I don't know what he's doing here because he's still in front of my machine gun. He's trying to flank around, I guess. Either way, with the mortar, it's very dangerous with their flamethrowers on them, because keep in mind, you get shot with that flamethrower on your back and you're completely dead. He flanks around. I'm quickly turning to try to confront this. I got my engineers up here also, so I was able to turn my machine gun. I do have a little bit of a weak point in my line, so IMG's kind of watching this. You know, the angles, right? So I'm going to try to halt my mortar. I've got a AT gun. I'm kind of worried about a light armored scout car. I mean, they can do some real damage now with this update. Anyway, at long range, these guys are going to do quite a lot of damage to those guys. You know, it's all about, if you have a rifle, of course it's going to make sense that, you know, your rifle does longer damage range. It's kind of like in, okay, not to mention Call of Duty, but like in some of the newer Call of Duties, like Black Ops 2 or something, your bullet damage would drop. Look how much they're getting devastated down here. Your bullet damage would drop off if it's a submachine gun. It's going to drop off at a certain distance, right? Same kind of thing here. If the German MP40s, you know, their damage is going to drop off. They're actually, when they're shooting long distances, while a rifle is easily going to take them. So, in fact, making the game more realistic like that makes total sense. Anyway, around this point, they're going to start shifting a little bit to the right side and semi-double teaming goat here. I'm like ready. I'm ready for war. More conscripts. I'm just going to keep throwing guys in here until we take this point back, because I don't really see a whole lot that can stop me. Yes, can you see that shift of his MG, and he's now bringing more forces? And he's got a half-track. I love the way he buttoned that vehicle there. Wow, they're doing some real damage to that, because, oh, it is mark targeted. Interesting. So I'm taking this under a little bit of skirmish fire over here. He's got an MG holding this. Oh, not gonna see him with the MG. Anyway, that's when they kind of start double teaming. You can see he's getting pretty butchered actually with the veteran German infantry and with the MG. But you know, throw those grenades and retreat. That's all you can really do. I'm trying to send my own guys in. I'm flanking. I see that Goat's getting double teamed. I'm just holding the center in the north, and I can start helping him because they're exposing their flank when they push down there. So I think I'm gonna start pushing a little bit. But the thing is, I'm in a very set up good position up here. I got machine guns. This is the victory point. I'm pretty sure he had some kind of forces over here, which he does. And it'd be, you know, my machine guns are kind of defensive as the Soviets. I guess you could say the Wehrmacht ones are a little more defensive because they're not as maneuverable. But he has defenses set up over here, and you know, I'm just needing. We're holding the victory points. That's what matters, and we're gonna win that way. We hold 2 of those victory points. I will try to help Goat down here. As you can see, I'm sending in my guard troops, getting ready to throw grenades at them. Look at this. Low health, grenade right in the middle of them. Boom, all dead. And my SUs will come into later play. Come into later play? Later will come into play. What was that? Yeah. Anyway, we're having a little bit of a mortar standoff. My mortar versus his mortar. All you need with the Soviet mortar is Veterancy 1. Because then you get this, and then you get a Veterancy 3 mortar. Like, these precision strikes are deadly. You can wipe out a German mortar crew like that. So once again, withdrew, threw a grenade. He's starting to try to take this once again. A lot of engineers. And I'm like, well, you know what? I can actually just like toss well, not toss a frag necessarily, but you know, I was getting ready to do the barrage with the Soviet field guns. Keep in mind though that when you do this, if a tank comes, you can't stop firing it. Anyway, some more wounded conscripts moving up, just making sure I can get some eyes. Like, I want to know what's on the other side of this thing. I might charge here. See, point blank, these guys have STGs, MP44s. You know, with the flamethrower up playing, I mean, it's just, you can see they're getting wiped out. He's got a scout car now. Pretty deadly now. That's what killed me. You can see that machine gun wiped out 2 of my men. To this point, I'm telling Goat, you know, he's getting double teamed pretty badly down here. I'm telling him I'm getting SUs. I'm going to try to take out some of that light armor for him. But frankly, by them focusing on just one victory point and letting me get a strong defensive position up here, it's working. I'm also getting in a machine gun bag up here, machine gun sandbag 5%, so I could better guard this area. I mean, if I keep our fuel safe and help hold the center and kind of flank into the south while he's really distracting both of them, they feel the need that they need both their armies to take on Snipe. I mean, take on Goat here, you know? You know, they're going to lose that way. It's just a numbers game, right? Now, if they push him all the way back, then he'd be in trouble. He's using a lot of infantry. He's using scout. Sorry. He's using scout. Yeah, he did use a scout car. He's using some guard riflemen. Also, something I'm starting to use more of the Soviets when I have manpower left over are these medics, because frankly, they're very helpful. I need to use that war with the Germans. Anyway, I think because of the new air infantry weakness, I've been pretty good. I've been getting a lot better with my micro on the getting guys to retreat in time. You can see I can't really see a whole lot. I don't know why I'm trying to use my tank to start to take these guys out, but my mortar's in the front line because I've been trying to target his mortar. And then I got Panzerfaust. That's when I got really nervous. Because frankly, right now, if he moved up his back, he could start taking some shots at me. And he's a machine gun too. And he's got this scout car he wants to take advantage, so I gotta pull back. And you know, I'm getting my pioneers into action. They are starting to come, my combat engineers into action. Gosh, it's gonna be fun to have Americans and Shermans back in this game. Anyway, Veterancy, I'm trying to take out this machine gun. Yeah, I'm targeting that area. So if they had a Panzer IV, they could have definitely taken me out. But they're, once again, they're putting most of their force here. They are pushing pretty hard up here. But you know, I do have the one that guy caught on fire. Anyway, these guys are pinned. I gotta pull them back. Pulling back my mortar. It's very depleted. Yeah, okay, it's very depleted. And I'm repairing this. I want to help. Look at all the light vehicles here. Just want to make sure there's a human. Yeah. Because usually human players don't build that many light vehicles, but you know, with the new toughness of them, I could see that. I'll take this some vet guard troops though. take out these guys. Yeah, because he's completely focusing on this side. Those supposed to have to be humans, because this guy was doing some assaults. He's keeping units here just stationed to kind of protect that flank. Anyway, he's taking a lot of damage from those guys, and he's using this attack button, so I'm like, okay. Look, you see how that guy just went flying in the bushes. I want to help him out. I want to move in my SU there. Well, I'm taking some shots at this. I told him, you know, I can move in with this ATs distracted or gone. Anyway, I did that. I'm going to pull back. They're using incendiary rounds. They're doing a little bit of damage to me, but now I've got a Katusha that's going to be coming in. I'm going to start bombarding that area. Just make it hell for them to keep. I did lose those conscripts there. I was more focused on getting my tank out of there. As you can see, I'm replenishing my forces. I do want to get these medics here. I'll bring them. I will get them at one point in this game. There we go. Stalin's organ, baby. And my first thing is, I'm going to target these guys. You know, just make it hell for these guys to, just to keep here, just to be here. I didn't really move this too much because, you know, I saw no real armor from them for a while, and then now they're getting their first Panzer IV. No skins. Interesting. Anyway, just hurting them. Every little bit counts. These guys are very low. We just blew up part of a pole here. I see they're trying to take this again. They do have machine gun support. Well, they have Panzer Grenadiers. At long distance, these guys are going to die. But they are using their mortar pretty effectively. It's killed 10 of my guys, apparently. Believe me, I'm trying to get rid of that. Anyway, I see that we're getting absolutely decimated, and I just got to pull back. We have Panzer Grenadiers, Veteran Z2 Grenadiers here. You know, it's just not good for my infantry. I need to pull these guys back. So I pull them back. Anyway, I got the mortar set up. I'm trying to target this, I believe. Anyway, we have a tank here. He's doing a great job with the rifles. You know, the anti-tank rifles. And then I'm taking some shots with my Su-85. He comes around the house. He gets damaged, and I'm going to finish him off with a final shot here. Or actually a light artillery barrage. Their own light artillery barrage, they actually killed them there. Unless they gave me the kill. Nope, it gave me the kill. Anyway, with the machine gun and the mortar, I don't know why, but this German mortar seems to be a lot better than me. He's also reinforcing and bringing it back to base. Let me just double check. Is that on counter? No, it's not on counter barrage. He's manually doing it. Good. Anyway, I got more troops. I'm like, you know, okay, I'm gonna let Goat here take the point. I'm gonna move up my infantry. As you can see, he's taking a lot of casualties, but overall, it's keeping them distracted. Then I see this little scout car here. I'm like, okay, you want to try to take us out with the autocannon? It works. It's a lot deadlier, but you know, we do have anti-tank rifles, so you have thin plate armor there. I'm kind of mad I wasn't able to kill this thing here. I mean, you haven't seen me fail yet, but not a fail, but like, I was just like, you know what? I got this little scout car run away. It's probably gonna run to my SU, but I really want to like get behind their lines, take their munitions, and that's when I saw that he had troops over here. I'm gonna run my guys to try to take out this machine gun here. I see it setting up. It's because of quite a long throw radius. So that's where I drop my rifle. So I'm gonna throw it and run. That's all you want to do. Just throw your grenade and get out of there. Anyway, these guys have anti-tank rifles. They picked up one of his rifles there. Veteran G3 though with these guys. They throw a grenade. I have my own guard rifleman here taking some shots on them. I could have used those, I guess. Anyway, I think it said that. Oh, look at that. Just wiped him out. You used to say if they were computer or anything. I still think they're both players. I didn't see a quit message. Anyway, check this out. Satchel charge in the Veteran Z3 bunker. completely dead. Yep, this guy's still here. I think they're both still there, but either way, we are pretty decisively, well, at least we're holding our own. And none of their attacks have really come to anything. I mean, if anything, we're just being aggressive. Goat is doing a pretty good job down here going against a lot of good infantry. And then IS-152. Goat usually likes to wait and keep alive his infantry first, and then always get the heavier kind of, it's either an IS-2 or an IS-152 generally. And as you can see, pretty deadly. Would probably blow this thing up in one hit. If I had just killed us, it wouldn't have been hurting his own guys. So they're being pretty aggressive moving right here, but I moved up my machine gun. And I've got my mortar. I thought he'd have more guys attacking, so I didn't turn my machine gun yet, but I will, don't worry. I got it. Oh, he is Energy 3 Combat Engineer, so this will be quick to repair. Keep in mind though, if you're a German player, use your rifle grenades. Those can kill quite a lot of men. I've seen a lot more veteran-y grenadiers also. So they got a strong front line here. But pretty much Goat's kicking butt right now. I gotta pull back my MGs, they're pretty hurt. I do have my medics here, so we are healing our brave Soviet soldiers. So, pretty soon I'm gonna retreat this mortar just to give it some more health. I wonder if they were like... No, I'm not saving up for a command tank. Plenty of fuel, both. Well, this guy doesn't have plenty of fuel. We have really cut them off from their fuel this game. So let's see what Goat had. He did the mechanized support. Interesting. So the marked target can be very deadly. So you know what? Look how little health these guys have. I'm just gonna pull them back, recruit one guy to them, and give them health. Anyway, taking back the center victory point. They really don't have anything on this side, but I don't know that. You know, there's the fog of war after all. And my main goal has just kind of been to hold the center from any kind of further counterattacks. Use my Katyusha rocket to start doing some barrages on these guys down here. Anyway, you know, when you can't even hold your own victory point, you know, you usually hold one of them. Wow. This thing is so overpowered. Oh, yeah, that was the... Where's that wreckage of that? Yeah, there's the wreckage. And as you can see, I'm bombarding down here. I want to get rid of this mortar for us, for Goat. Pretty deadly indeed. Now I'm starting to take this. We have another German assault coming in here. I'm going to throw a grenade and retreat. Because up close, those guys are going to be pretty deadly. And now they have a command tank. Which is interesting because he has no tanks. And I was a little afraid he would rush me there because I always get a little... You know, I like to have 1 or 2 Su-85s generally. Pretty much 2 whenever there's an enemy tank there. So I say, you know what, I'm going to research... I got anti-tank grenades so I can destroy that engine there. I don't want it to blitz around me because a Panzer command tank could... Look at how anti-tank it is down here. Can you pull back his... Yeah. So he goes in, right? I guess he tries to go between the fence. You know, he thinks I'm expecting it in the center. I'm just going to kind of pull up here, but keep in mind, I've turned my division field gun around. Machine gun and heavy cover. Even though they're Energy 3, they're not going to do too well. And they got a grenade there. Only killed one guy because of the wall. I want to go after this guy. Got another Su-85 coming down the road here. He's giving a defensive bonus to his mortar in this vicinity. We only got 57 points, so now it's time for my coup de grace. My grand assault here. Take out this guy. Goat's did a really good job because he was double teamed most of the game, but I was still taking assaults to the north. They never ended up pushing up here, which was kind of good. They really just focused in the center. But good job on Goat harassing their fuel. They really didn't get a whole lot of fuel. We could have built some fuel caches, but We didn't really need them. There was no real armor threat from these guys. As you can see, my Su-85s are moving up, taking some shots on these guys. Your tank won't automatically like aim at the high value targets. It won't automatically aim at a Soviet tank. It will aim at whatever it sees first. Some of my conscripts there, so now I start moving up, and I gotta pull those guys back. Anyway, I blew up the Panzer IV. Nothing can really stop me. I'm gonna go right toward their base. Well, at least Foodopolis. Either way, you gotta get like, you need like a Panzer IV or something. You gotta get behind this thing because it's not very maneuverable. But the way the way Goat is using it, he did pretty well. Anyway, that was the game there. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I got another pretty epic one. It's like an hour long though, so I have to do some major editing on that when I record it. So I haven't recorded it yet because I haven't had time. But this should I think should do pretty well for now. So I hope you can learn a little bit something about the Company of Heroes 2 here. Basically, keep in mind, treat a rifle as a rifle. You know, these combat engineers are actually pretty decent in combat when they're at long distance, especially against German pioneers. On the flip side, if you're a German pioneer early guy, just get right next to the infantry and you should do pretty well overall. And keep in mind on this map, if you can't even, you really got to hold one of these victory points decisively, and then you can push towards the center. They were having a lot of trouble down here. And then, you know, when they pushed towards the center, they would take it a little bit, but they still only had one victory point. And build some fuel caches if you're, you know, getting pushed back a little bit, because frankly that would have helped them out because they didn't have a whole lot of fuel in this game. Except this guy had 256. Overall, not a ton of fuel. He didn't even build Panzer. Did he build? No. Yeah, okay, just checking. He didn't even build. Did he tech up? Oh, and this is important here. I don't think he even teched up. Yeah, he didn't tech up to... Well, he did tech up, but he didn't build anything. Okay, when you tech up, build the Panzer thing. That's just a pretty normal thing. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Con 221 signing off.